How to live like a local when you're traveling. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, guys, and welcome to Travel Thursday. In today's episode, we're discussing about how to travel like a local and experience the country in a real way. Look, I don't know about you, but to me, there are a few reasons I travel. First of all, it's to experience new things, new environment, new landscapes, discover something completely new that I have never heard of or seen before. And the second part is to make connection with new people, understand how people live in a different area, what is their model of the world, how they live, and really basically get to know another culture. Overall, it's really to open my mind to different environments, different cultures, and just meet awesome people all around the world. And if you're kind of like me, your main question when you're traveling is, how can you experience a country like a local, basically? Because you really want to understand how they live and how they enjoy it, and their tips and tricks actually to have an amazing time in their country. And I'm going to be sharing with you 3 tips for experiencing a country like a real local, and those 3 tips are walking, sleeping, and talking. Now, before I get into details, I want to ask you the question of the day. And the question of the day is, what was your best traveling experience so far where you really got to know the local culture and experience it in a very local way? Simply leave your answer in the comments below. And you know what? If your story is really cool, maybe we can do a follow-up interview on your story. Alright, so that being said, guys, let's dive into the subject right now, and let's start with the first part, which is walking. You might be asking yourself, well, what is he talking about? Well, that's very simple. So let's say you just arrived in a city abroad, you have your guide, you're going to see the most amazing places, super touristic spots, everything that's listed in your guide. You do all that. But if you really want to experience it like a local, the city, what I highly suggest is just walking everywhere you can and basically just wandering around the city, taking the small street on the side of the big roads. And you see, just in Mexico here, we basically went off the main road, and it sounds super simple or stupid. It's just 50, 100 meter off the main road, but you experience something completely different than where you just stay on the main road of that town. In my opinion, this is just way to discover hidden gems, great small restaurants, like cool local bars and stuff like that, and just connect more with the population. And if you come to New York, for example, and you just go to Times Square, the Statue of Liberty, and Central Park, let me tell you, that's not where New Yorkers hang out most of the time. You've got to go out there and just take other roads, even if you don't know where it takes you. That's all about it. I remember in Colombia, in Medellin, I basically started walking straight in a direction for maybe an hour, and I was just completely amazed by discovering those new places. And that was exactly where people had their houses, where they were living, where they were interacting on the streets, and there was no tourists around. You can actually really understand how people are living and how the life in that country really is. And I think that's a great way. So next time you're on holiday, just get off the beaten path and just take the side road, go for a little tour. If you're not confident, come back quickly to your main road. And as you go further, you'll get more and more used to it. And you'll see you're gonna enjoy it even more. That brings us to the second point, because at one point you're gonna need to sleep, most likely, okay? And for sleeping, there are a few options. You can take a hotel, but most of the time it's not very local. I mean, you're still in a very sterile environment with a hotel, because it's catered toward travelers or tourists or however, or business people, whatever kind of trip you're taking. And the second option for you is to take a vacation rental, rent an apartment. This is a closer step to living like a local, in my opinion. The only thing is that if you don't have any connection where you're going, it might be difficult to connect with the people who live there actually. If I really want to make connection and understand how people live, have a great time with local people, well, that brings us third solution, in my opinion, which is couchsurfing and friends. So you might have heard of couchsurfing, you might be afraid of it, I don't know. The concept is pretty simple for couchsurfing. It's you have people hosting and you have people surfing. What that means is simply that people go around the world and other people are ready to host them. It's also a website, and you can basically search for people who are ready to host you in different cities. And the great thing about that is you can review their profiles, see their reviews, see if they're creepy or not creepy, if personality will match and stuff like that. I've used it in a few countries, and I remember in Colombia it's been the most incredible experience I've had. I ended up staying with that awesome Colombian family. Hi Felipe, if you're around. They basically took me in for a full week, took me around in the city, in the coffee farm, in the university. It was absolutely amazing. They made me feel like family. And this is the kind of experience you want to have when you're traveling abroad, to be honest. I have another example where I went to St. Louis in the US, I couch surfed, met this awesome couple that is actually traveling to Paris right now. And basically they put me in touch with other people in New York. So it really creates that friendships around traveling and connections, which I think is absolutely amazing. The last part is that you can actually have friends. So what I would suggest is just hit up your friends on Facebook and ask anyone if they know people in the country where you're going. It really helps you kickstart your trip in the country where you will go. And friends of friends are always friends. So yeah, it's a great way just connecting with people who are already living there. And so that brings us to the last part. Tip number 3, the language. All right, guys, come on. I know we speak English. I know most of the world speaks English, but you know what? Actually, most of the world speaks Mandarin and Spanish, not English. So calm down if you're a native English speaker. Please learn another language. There is not just English in this world, okay?
Anybody could have learned this dumb language by now.
Why am I saying that? I might sound very critical, but I'm just saying that because wherever you go in this world, if you're able to just start a conversation with a few words in the language, that's going to make a massive difference. You're gonna go from a random tourist who doesn't give a damn about anything in this world to, whoa, this guy is super interested in our culture. He's making an effort to learn a few words. Let me connect with him and give him some awesome tips. This is exactly how I would feel if someone tries to speak to me in French when he's in Paris and I can totally see that he's a foreigner. I'm like, whoa, this guy is making a lot of effort. Let me help him back.
Ils mettent antifreeze de l'eau vin et ils ont donné mon chapeau rouge à Alain.
De l'antifreeze dans le vin? Oh, mais c'est sérieux ça! Viens avec moi, fiston. Tu n'as plus rien à craindre.
Just pick up a conversation book or pick up your guide. At the end, you always have a few sentences. Learn to say, hi, how are you? Where is? Thank you very much, and stuff like that. So let's practice for French. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Merci, au revoir. Où est la boulangerie? Je voudrais du vin, s'il vous plaît. And that's about all you need to know in France. I'm kind of kidding and not, so I'll let you guess if it's right or if it's wrong. Alright guys, so that being said, just to recap, whenever you're traveling on your next trip, make sure that first you're gonna be walking around the main areas. Take your feet and just walk around the city, just go discover. Like if you see a street you don't know, well just take it and you'll see what happens. Usually it's good. Second, sleeping. Try to sleep with locals, friends of friends, or just check out on Couchsurfing or on different forums if you can find and make connection with people ahead of time. Instagram is actually also a very good tool to make connection and have coffees with people while you're traveling that are living there. Because most of us who are connected are very happy to meet other people. The third part is learn the language. Please, s'il vous plaît, learn a few bits of language. Even if you go to China and it's super difficult to learn, well, make sure you learn something. Ni hao, hao jiu bu qian. Just stuff like that. It really helps and you're gonna have a way better connection with other people. So, that wraps up my tips. Remember, question of the day, what was your best travel experience so far where you really felt that you connected with the local and the local life? Guys, I hope this has been super valuable for you. If it has, leave me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment below if you want to say anything, if you have any tips to share with others, or if you have any questions. And remember guys, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I'm traveling a lot around the world, and when I'm not traveling, I'm actually sharing content like that with you guys. And right now as we're speaking, I'm most likely on a flight to Nicaragua. So make sure you tune in for the adventures, and remember guys, make the most of your time on this planet. You never know when it ends. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.